Hi everyone, it's me Tariq Bibi. Welcome to the Thrive Doing What You Love program. I'm very excited about this webcast, and I'm so honored to have you on the call. And thank you so much for submitting the questions. We'll address them throughout today's call. So let's get right into it. So if this is the first time you're hearing of me, welcome. My name is Tariq Bibi. I'm a spiritual healer. I developed a technique called infinity healing, which is creating miraculous breakthroughs in the lives of those that I connect with. And I'm so honored and excited to share this modality with all of you on the call today. And like the title of the program is called, Thrive, meaning money-wise, financially, doing what you love, which means fulfilling our life purpose. We want to feel fulfilled doing what we love doing. So, wow, it's just wonderful. A lot of new people joining us, so people from different parts of the world. That's amazing. And yeah, this is going to be great. So let's just start by setting some intentions, because you are a divine creator. Everyone on this call is a powerful divine creator. Everyone in this call is the universe itself manifested in the physical body. So imagine if all of us together set a powerful intention. Imagine how powerful that would be. So let's take a minute now to just go inside of ourselves and set a powerful intention for today's call. Wonderful. Okay, so I set the intention that we remain open to receive all that is for our highest good. So if there's anything interfering with us being able to receive the maximum during today's call, can we please have source energy, universe's energy, God's energy, clear that right now? If you like that, say yes. Okay, and if there's anything interfering with us being able to release the maximum during today's call, can we have source energy clear that right now? If you like that, just say yes. And if there's anything interfering, blocking, resisting, sabotaging you from being able to experience the ultimate transformational call today, can we have source energy clear that? If you like that, say yes. Okay, so what's going on here? What's happening when we say yes? Literally, the whole universe is right there wanting to offer support, offer healing, offer energy, offer love, offer clarity, offer shifts, offer transformations, all these things. What's the only thing stopping that from happening? There's only one thing, and it's ourselves. And to be even more specific, which part of you would want to stop that from happening? It's not your heart, it's not your higher self, it's not your soul, it's the mind. Why would our mind want to stop and block and resist good things from happening in our lives? Well, the image that I got was a visual of a dog. And those of you that are my clients, you've heard me say this before. I never get sick of it. It's a great reminder because it helps us remember what's actually going on when we're blocking ourselves. So the visual I got is a dog. And dogs are very loving. Dogs' intentions are good. Dogs love their owners, their caretakers. But dogs bark whenever something different happens. Whenever there's a change, they panic, they get scared, they get aggressive, they scare off the opportunities coming. So the mind does the exact same thing. Why is it doing that? The dog wants to protect its owner or its caretaker. If you're at home and you have a dog and someone knocks on that door, doesn't matter if it's someone who is your future soulmate. It doesn't matter if that's a new job opportunity. It doesn't matter if that's someone coming in to help you get to achieving your goals and dreams. And it doesn't matter if it's a burglar, someone who's there to harm you. The dog will react to all experiences the same because it doesn't see what's behind the door. So it's a threat. It barks, it tries to scare them away. And as I say this, I hear dogs barking in the background. So it's the collective mindset manifested by freaking out about something good happening. And we can see it when we look at the world. Whenever heart-based people get together and they want change, they get together, the hippie movement, the Occupy movements, we want change, we want things to get better. And then there's the world manifested mind that freaks out, that panics, that controls. So everything in the exterior, there's some part of that within us. It's just an external manifestation. So which part of us is a control freak? Which part of us doesn't like change? Which part of us is aggressive? That's our mind. And it plays out in the scenes that we see on the news. That's just an external manifestation of what's going on inside. So if we truly want to be the change we wish to see in the world, how do we change that? How do we change these systems of control and, aggressiveness and lack of love and lack of connection to spirit and the divine feminine? We be the change. So the best thing we can do is whenever that part of us interferes in our life, we observe it. We can observe it. We can go, oh, that's my mind. It's just freaking out. And then you can decide. Some people go, stop barking, you stupid dog, and they'll hit the dog. I don't recommend that because you're hurting the dog's feelings. Because the dog was trying to protect you. Why would you hurt someone who's trying to protect you? What you could do, and I swear I've done this and it's been miraculous, with dogs, specifically with dogs, I would go, good job, buddy, good job. And literally by saying that, they almost have this, it's almost like you scramble their brain. They calm down, they relax, they feel, sometimes, they feel like you're reminding them that there's no need to be a threat, there's no threat. And you come from the heart. If you were aggressive, they'll be even more aggressive. Same thing with the mind. If you push the mind, it's going to push even harder. So you go, thank you for sharing. You tell the mind, thank you so much for sharing. And instantly by saying that, it's like, I'm being, so some people say the word ego, some people say the word mind. I like the word mind. Thank you for sharing, mind. Instantly it puts its guards down. Instantly it feels like you're acknowledging it. You're seeing it from its perspective. But if we were to cater our whole life to what the mind wants, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere. We want to live our lives our way. We want to honor our heart's desires. We want to honor our highest calling, our purpose. So, thank you for sharing, but I'm going to move forward. Thank you for sharing, but it's safe for me to move forward. Thank you for sharing. Yes, the mind is a little box, and the higher self, the heart, sees the infinite. And the mind can only look back to past experiences. Literally, why am I talking about the mind and the heart? We're talking about life purpose. Well, if we simply said yes to whatever our heart desires, we would be there. We'll be further. And the other day I was with a client and we intuited that 98% of our challenges come from listening to the mind. 98% of the problems that we have that are taxing our energy, our money, our relationships, our health, all of that, our careers, our money, 98% of our problems come from listening to the mind. So why is this important to talk about the heart and the mind? Because if we simply listened to our hearts and honored it and said yes to it, we would move so much further on our path. So the mind, okay, so something comes our way. I say this a lot. We pray for help. It comes our way, we get afraid, and we run away. You might have heard me say that before. We pray for help. God, please help me. Source, help me. Universe, help me. The help comes our way. There's never a time, we might have not seen it from the highest perspective. We don't understand See, the mind has a specific way. No, I asked for, I wanted to win the lottery. I didn't ask for you to fire me from a job. So the universe works in mysterious ways, and for the mind to try to fathom how the universe works, it's not going to happen. One thing you can do is trust. And I know that's a challenge for a lot of us, trust. And sometimes when I connect with you on the one-on-ones, when doing this energy scans, don't ever trust anything outside of me. I always say trust your heart. What does your heart tell you to do? Because if you play that game of, I put my trust in this person and they screwed me over and this keeps happening and I'm done with this and da-da-da, we're done playing victim. We're now not going to play that game anymore. We are now going to check in with ourselves. That's empowering because the truth is inside. What is best for me to do in this situation? If it feels light, it's probably right. If it feels right, if it feels light, it feels like a yes, you honor that and you follow through on its guidance. Your heart will not present an opportunity to you and then then leave you, abandon you after doing that. Your heart has a plan. When we ask for something, there's a plan for it. Just like we made that thing happen, we can make other things happen. So we can keep trusting. We are, regardless of what our reality has shown us so far, we are provided for. The universe has our back. We don't see things from the highest perspective. One of the things we'll try to integrate today in the call is to see things from the highest perspective. So what are we doing here on the call? Just a little background. I really feel that's important to discuss before we get into it, and we will be talking throughout this. And thank you for sending in the questions. We'll address that throughout the call. Why am I even doing this call? Who am I? What am I here to do? And what are we all doing here? Can we start there? So, thrive doing what you love. I literally get up every single day. I offer these free 15-minute phone chakra readings. I literally can tune into your energy field and I can see exactly in the first few minutes exactly where the root cause of your blocks are, and I then offer you what you can do about it to transform them, to shift them. And how do I do that? Well, first, how do I feel that? I've always been sensitive, even for women's standards. Like women tell me, Tariq, you're so sensitive. So I used to think that was a bad thing, and now I see how it's such a great gift, because in my field, when I'm working with someone, and here's the thing, you have everything you need to be the person that you're destined to be. It's all there. All the things that you thought were wrong with you, if you look at it from a different perspective, those are the greatest parts of you. And same thing with me. Why are you so different? Why are you so weird? Why are you so sensitive? Those are my greatest gifts, because I can then tell someone, hey, is there anything going on in your shoulders? Are you holding on something in your neck area? What's going on in your belly? And when you look at the chakra charts, you'll be able to pinpoint, belly area? Do you have challenges in your belly? Well, that's relationship blockages. Yeah, let me guess. You've been trying to attract your perfect partner, and you keep attracting these people that push your buttons, that don't respect you, that don't value you, that don't respect your boundaries. How do I know that? It's in the chakra. Just look up any screen that shows the chakras, and if I'm able to sense exactly which chakras are blocked, which can happen in a few minutes, then instantly we're able to pinpoint which chakra is blocked, and if we do some healing, then that's going to shift. But a lot of us, we attract things, and we haven't done the inner work, and then we go out trying again, expecting different results, but getting even the same, sometimes not even just the same results, but worse results. Because the universe is intensifying its message. The universe is saying, hello, there's something going on inside. Didn't you get the message, the last 5 relationships I sent you? It's all feedback. It's simply feedback. Nothing's personal. I know it feels personal because it's pushing your button. But why would the universe want to manifest these people into our lives to push our buttons? Well, if our buttons are not pushed, the emotions that we have suppressed, that we have buried, are not going to be released. If our buttons are not pushed, if we're just sitting down comfortably in bliss, do you think you're going to be motivated to do anything to change your life? Probably not. And that's how pain becomes a great motivator. And when you study the bios of people who were at the very bottom, hit rock bottom, and then became these great spiritual leaders and made huge differences, they were there. It's not like reading their bios, you realize, wow, there's, the things that we think, oh, it's just me, the universe is just picking on me. No, everyone goes through those things. And it's what do you do with those things? You can use fear to propel you forward. Did you know that? You can use fear to be your greatest driving force. Someone asked today on the call, how can I make sure that I continue fulfilling being consistent with my purpose? Jackie, I believe. That's a very common thing. And it's so easy for us to leave the things that we need to do to the very last second. And we can use pain to propel us forward. We can literally focus on, if I don't do anything about this now, what's going to happen? And that pain of, I'm so sick and tired of another, of not having enough money, of struggling, of just getting by. I'm sick of that. Use that pain and anger and frustration to, now I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this never happens again. And it's there. Look at the bio of every single person. They've reached a threshold where the pain was so great that they decided, this is never going to happen again. I'm never going to allow this to happen again, because the pain becomes their greatest motivator. Okay, so I'm going kind of all over the place. So what I do the scans. At the end of the scan, we find out, okay, you're blocked here. So right now I'm tuning in. One of you might be aware of this or not. Tons of heaviness in the shoulder area. Tons of heaviness in the shoulder area. There's stuff going on in the heart sensor. So the heart just feels heavy, feels closed. And there's tons of stuff that I'm picking up. And it's probably the group. It's probably our collective in the belly area. Belly area, we have our emotions there. Belly area, it affects our relationships. So we need to look inside first. We need to tell ourselves, yes, it's true. These are things that are going on inside of me. And then we need to take inspired action to moving forward. Without that inspired action, without taking inspired action, we stay exactly where we are. And everything else will just intensify, because the universe really wants to motivate you to do something about it. And I think the way the universe works is, okay, last time we gave her this, let's say 50% pain on the threshold, 5 out of 10. And she didn't do anything about it, or he didn't do anything about it. Okay, let's give her or him 7 out of 10 this time. Maybe that will motivate them to do something about it. And literally, when you look back, you realize, I have been shoving that deep inside of me. I've been resisting that. I've been afraid of that. I've been desperately trying to, just leave me alone, life, leave me alone. I just want to stay in this little box. I just want to stay invisible. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to play it big. And everything has been conspiring to get your attention, to get you to do something, right? To take action. So just let's take a deep breath. Wonderful. So at the end of the scan, what comes up when I ask the question, what is it that you need the most help with? Can you guess what the answer is? Life purpose and money blocks. I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't have money. Money blocks, scarcity, not enough, surviving, struggling, just getting by. And I know the feeling. I've had that my whole life. I've had that feeling of not enough my whole life. Where does this not enough come from? Well, everything's a reflection of what we feel about ourselves. Maybe we don't feel we're enough. maybe we're holding on to things from our childhood, worthiness stuff. It's got nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with paper money. It's much more. I watched the show Kitchen Nightmares. I'm obsessed with it. I really love it. It's really inspiring because, Gordon Ramsay goes in there, finds a business that's struggling, and in a week's time flips it and shifts it. And it's really interesting if you ever get a chance to watch it. It's actually on YouTube. You start to realize as a business owner, if you're a business owner, or just as a human being, how it's not about if we attract the perfect support system that will transform our lives and get us to fulfill our dreams. That's not enough. You can still resist it. And it's so amazing to watch the restaurant owners having the best support come their way, and they're fighting it. They're fighting the help. Which part of them do you think is fighting? It's the mind. Again, afraid of change. And so and then there's these other stories where this person buys a restaurant that is super successful. Everyone loves it. Everyone goes there. It's making tons of money. They buy the restaurant, and suddenly everything falls down. Everything falls apart. So it's got nothing to do with external stuff. It's got everything to do with you are a powerful creator right now, wherever you are. Do you know that you are transmitting powerful signals and frequencies and intentions and commands to the universe for it to deliver everything that you hold true about yourself in your mind? Which part of your mind? Probably your subconscious mind. So when we look at our relationships, do you know that you're demanding the universe to provide you exactly the relationships that you have? Not on a conscious level. Don't get me wrong, we're not sadistic, we don't enjoy pain. We are consciously wanting something different, but subconsciously we're hooked on something negative. We're addicted to drama. We don't think we're good enough. It's like, I said this before, we ask for help, it comes our way, we get afraid and run away. It's not that we can't get that help and support. That help and support, after you put it out there, trust me, I've done this over and over again. It's not that the support didn't come. It's that when it came, it freaked me out. I got so afraid. And it brings up that question of, are we really afraid of failure? That might be the case. But we're also very afraid of success. We're afraid of our power. We're afraid of how amazing we can be and the amazing things we're here to do. And what do I know about this? Well, I was that kid that grew up having a father that said, Tariq, you're not good enough. Tariq, you're a failure. Tariq, you're stupid. You're never going to amount to anything. You'll always be a failure. So my biggest change happened when I forgave my father. That was the hardest thing I ever had to do, and it changed everything for me. And throughout this call, the energy is already moving. You might feel it already. So there's a lot of intention said before this call. So I'm sharing the story, and as we're sharing the stories, the energy is moving. So trust, allow, go the flow. Forgiveness. How many of us are still holding on to blame? We need to be right. We need to be right, and in order to be right, someone else has to take the fall. Someone else has to be wrong. Someone else has to be doing this stuff to us. It can't be us. So there's some addiction to that keeps us stuck. And some of you can relate to this, either from previous experiences or it's happening right now. Another thing, we have a blind spot. There's something we're not seeing there, that if we were on a reality TV show and everything was being filmed, then maybe we'll be able to say, oh my God, I do that. Oh my God. But we have these blind spots. We're not aware of how we're sabotaging ourselves. So, hardest thing, forgiveness. Dad, I'm ready to forgive you. I don't know why you hated me. And it was an email, and in the email back, I never hated you, I always loved you. That changed everything for me. That one belief system I had. Because that one belief I had that said my dad hated me created a whole reality of hatred. I'm not worthy of love. I deserve to be hated. Not good enough. I'm a disappointment. I'll prove to you I'm a disappointment. That's how powerful it became. Because everything from conception to 7, and I would even go further and say everything from our past lives and ancestral inheritance, is dictating to the universe, bring me this, bring me not enough money, bring me not a good job, bring me not a good relationship, keep me isolated and feeling alone, keep me away from my power. Literally, we're commanding to the universe, and the universe is like, okay, whatever you ask for. And so, how do we change that? We need to start, we can observe ourselves. So, let's start. Okay, we're almost halfway through. So, this is where we're actually going to integrate the healings into the call, specific healings. So, what is infinity healing? For those of you that don't know, that haven't experienced infinity healing, it's a modality that I have developed by being in the healing industry for over 7 years now. Knowing that each one of us are unique. Each one of us can do what we love doing our own way. And so infinity healing was me being in the field, being certified by, hypnotherapy, energy healing, Reiki, NLP, just learning a whole bunch of different things and realizing that there's something that I loved about all of those, and there's something that I found missing in every single one of those. And for everything that I found missing, I basically found a solution to it. So I took everything that worked and found solutions to everything that didn't. I basically went out there, learned from what I felt were the best healers, whether it was a one-on-one, whether it was taking their course, whether it was a program that they had created, and basically put it all together. I'm like, okay, this is what the greats are doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what's not working for my clients. This is what is working for my clients. Put it all together and created infinity healing along with the guidance of my higher self. Because each one of us has a very unique way of doing things, and it's important for us to express that instead of just simply, okay, this is what someone else has created from their mind, from their higher self, and that's all we're going to do. Let's all add our own twist to what's available, and it's important to evolve. Just today I was wondering, what's my purpose? I'm an evolver. I help people evolve. I'm all about next level. Okay, now what? Next level. And the thing with that is you'll never reach a point where you're like, I'm on top of the mountain. I've reached the peak. Can't evolve any further from this. The beautiful thing about evolving is that we keep evolving. There's always more. We can expand. There's infinite potential. We can never reach the point where we say, yes, I've reached my infinite potential and now I'm done. We keep. There's always more. Next thing, next thing. Just like those stories with the racers. Someone breaks the record, suddenly everyone can break the record. So same thing with us. Whenever one of us reaches something that's never been done before, and we all have that calling to do that thing, and you exceed it, you do something new, you create something new, suddenly we've done that for the whole collective. And we just keep expanding. Someone halfway across the world has done something, and now we're able to do it easier. So that's literally what it comes down to, expansion of consciousness. Some people like to say creating heaven on earth. For me, it's a simple thing. If each one of us on this call today, let's break the whole planet into everyone on this call, because right now, this is the world. The world is everyone on this call. For this moment, we're all on this call together, different parts of the world. We're the world right now. We don't want to give our power away and say, if they only changed, the world would be better. That's so disempowering, and it will lead to frustration. What you could do is say, if I can be the change that I wish to see in the world, to quote Gandhi, that's the most I can do. Because when you become the change, you inspire everyone around you to become the change as well. So if we simply, each one of us, stepped into our purpose, the world becomes a better place. The reality we create becomes a better place. Those that come to seek us, and we share our gifts, talents, and abilities with them, their lives become better. And everything shifts from there. So, thrive doing what we love. What is our calling? What is our purpose? Everyone has a calling. And literally, just to keep things simple, how do I know if I'm on purpose? Well, let's break that down. How do we know when we're not living our life purpose? That's an easier question, because when we're not happy, when we're stressed out, when we're suffering, struggling, we're going against the flow. That's our mind forcing us to do something. We're going against the flow. And when we're in the flow, we feel in alignment. It all comes down to being in alignment. If we're not in alignment, our whole reality is off the axis. If we're in alignment, we're a vortex that attracts the right people, relationships, circumstances, clients, opportunities, etc. So we can know for sure if what we can say, this is what I don't want. At least after doing this job that I didn't like, I can say that's not what I like. So great. Once I was in that relationship, I realized this is not what I want. Great. We get out of the relationships, we get out of the jobs, and we go, okay, what did I like about that? Because it's in my path for a reason. There must have been something I liked about it. But where did I feel limited? Where did I feel that there was more I could have done? And then you take the next step. So starting now, we're going to activate the infinity healing. What is infinity healing? Is source energy, universe's energy, God's energy. Why do we work with that energy? Because it's the most conscious energy in the whole universe, in all universes, highest consciousness. It's the most loving energy. It's the most powerful energy. And it's the most powerful healing energy. And it's very aware of everything. It's infinite awareness. So if we invite that consciousness into our beings and give it permission to do everything that it knows to do, this is one of the limitations I had with the modalities, is that, okay, this one works on belief systems. This one works on fears. This one works with emotions. This one works with past lives. This one works with ancestral stuff. Okay, now these are things, thank God, I learned them because I didn't know them before, and now I do. That's great. But guess what? As much as I love to think I know a lot now, because I've been doing this for a long time, there's still so much more that we don't know. And what's great about infinity healing is we invite source energy that knows everything that is possible. We invite it to decide everything that needs to be done, more than what we can fathom, more than what we can ask for. And it will address the challenge that we're working on from the root cause, if it's an emotion, a belief, a karmic cycle, a past life experience, something from the ancestral, something from the collective, whatever, it doesn't matter, because from the highest perspective, it's all happening right now. The highest perspective doesn't see past, present moment, and then something is in the past. It sees it all right now. It's all happening this second. Everything that ever happened and ever will happen, it happens now. That's why I tell my clients, your whole universe changes when you say yes. Remember how we said we pray for help, it comes our way, we get afraid and run away? Well, a small percentage of us, we pray for help, it comes our way, we feel afraid, but we say yes anyways. We still say yes. We take inspired action and everything changes. Because it's all happening right now. We change our ancestral stuff. We change our past lives. We change our future lives. Everything changes in the moment when we feel we attracted something, manifested something that is a direct response for what we asked for, and we say yes to it. But that has its own blocks as well. Okay. So, infinity healing. We're activating the infinity healing. If you'd like to receive infinite support from source energy during today's call to assist us in the next step, it's all about taking those steps. Today, there's a step. Tomorrow, there's another step. So, for today, everything that our higher self knows we're ready to do in terms of thriving, doing what we love, discovering our life purpose, clearing our life purpose blocks, as much as our higher self recommends we work on today. Would you like source energy to connect to your being right now? If you like that, magic word is yes. Take a deep belly breath. Okay, so source energy connecting to our beings. Beautiful. We gave permission. We said, yes, we want the support. We want the healing. We want you to do everything you know to do. Can we make sure that your higher self decides what is to be worked on during today's call? If you like that, say yes. Okay. And if you'd like your higher self to not only decide what to work on during today's call, because what's for me is different than what's needed for you, is different what's needed for the next person. So everyone's unique. Everyone's ready for, for one person, they're like, I'm ready to clear it all and I'm ready to start my life purpose tomorrow, thriving, doing what we love. You'd be surprised. Some people are that ready. And it's not a race. And we should never compare ourselves to each other, because guess which part of us is comparing? The mind, not the heart. So let's stay in the heart space. Okay. And then for someone else, maybe their baby step is just to even believe that there is another option, that there is more to life. And I'm doing kind of the both extremes. And obviously there's everything in between that. And maybe for the other person, it's simply just believing that there is more to life than this. Maybe they never believed that they can do it. And just having that faith and that belief that there is more, that's their baby step for today. Okay. So if you'd like source energy to do infinity healing for what it is that your higher self is choosing to work on right now for clearing life purpose blocks, if you like that, just say yes. Okay. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. Okay. So what's going on with this whole higher self choosing and source doing the work? That's part of what I realized was the problem. We go to healers, we want to change, and we go there with our very limited understanding of what we think the problem is. Because guess what? Imagine an iceberg in front of you. How much of that iceberg do you get to see? 5%, maybe 10%. And underneath that, there's a whole 90% that we don't see, right? So that's the equivalent of our conscious mind, conscious meaning we're consciously aware, it's what we're aware of. We go to the healer or whoever and we say, hey, you know what? Based on the 10% that I see, this is what I'd like to work on. So we work on the 10% and we get 10% results and we're like, yeah, I wasn't really happy with that. I was expecting more. So that was the problem. When we go to our healers and we want to seek change, first of all, there's 90% we don't even see. Remember we talked about blind spots? We don't even see those things. We don't even know what to ask for during a healing session. So why is infinity healing creating fast breakthroughs? Is because we're letting your higher self that knows you better than you know yourself, while we're struggling and hitting our wall on the head and tripping and falling down and sabotaging ourselves, it's just sitting back, relaxed, laughing at us maybe, because it sees it. It's right there. It's like, when you're a parent and the baby is about to do something and you're like, oh, this is not going to end well. But some parents, I would do this. I would if it's not really bad, I'll just let them experience it, because it's all about experiencing and learning. You can't step in. Imagine our higher self stepped in every single time something bad was going to happen. How are we going to learn? We learn through experiences. Man, some of us on the call and the people I'm connecting with, there's stuff we've learned from life, from childhood, that you can't get in any book. You can't get in any course. I don't care if you go to Harvard, MIT. There's no expert in the world that can teach you the things that you have learned. No one. There's a wealth of first-hand experience, knowledge, wisdom, that you have learned from your most traumatic, most challenging experiences. There's a wealth. Everything you need to be the superhero version of yourself is available to you from one of those experiences. And some of us have had multiple. And what I say is the more experiences you had, I call them initiation experiences. I used to call them traumas. The more initiation experiences you've had, because they literally take you from being a regular, ordinary person, having a regular, ordinary life. They force you to remember that you are infinite potential. They force you to go deep inside of yourself, to know the extent of your being. And that's why when you come out of that, well, first of all, we want to just keep all the gifts from that and utilize those gifts to be the person we're here destined to be. And what we need to do is also let go of the heaviness, let go of the limiting beliefs. Like for me, I was aware of the belief of my dad doesn't love me. And we need to let go of the things that we made up, because some of them were lies. And once we've let go of that and just kept the gifts, we're golden. We're good to go. So that's how we're able to move forward faster, because we're giving permission to our higher self to choose what to work on. So everyone, when I ask, what do you feel you would like the most help with? Well, I'm not really happy doing what I'm doing right now, or I've started doing something and I want to transition, I want to move forward. So it's like we're afraid of our power, we're afraid, we don't believe in ourselves, we doubt we can do it, we doubt we can actually, really, is it possible that we can thrive doing what we love? Well, I don't know how I did it, but having the programming of Tariq, you're stupid, you're unworthy, you'll never amount to anything, my dad specifically ingrained in my subconscious that I'll grow up to be a garbage man. So imagine me having no confidence, failing every class, looking around so lost. Everyone else was excelling and moving forward and passing, and I'm failing. I failed high school twice, dropped out of college. I was studying marketing. I got kicked out of every job I ever had. Those were all manifestations of my beliefs, and also I'm realizing it was my higher self saying, Tariq, this is not what you want to do. I'm going to make sure you get fired. This is not where you want to be. And I tried really hard. I was so stubborn. I was trying really hard to fit in with the normal, have a normal life. But guess what? We're not going to have an ordinary life. We're going to have an extraordinary life. We are destined for greatness, all of us. The only difference is some people are aware of it, some people aren't. And I know if you tune into the heart of your heart, so you know that whether your mind sees it or not, whether your mind has experienced it in this lifetime or not, you know in your heart that you are destined for great things. You know it. That's not something someone can tell you. You just know it in your heart. And I remember the feeling of, wow. The first thing, by the way, if you're just joining us right now, just know that there's an infinity healing running throughout this whole call, and it's addressing you. It's helping you with exactly what you're ready to experience right now. The theme is clearing our life purpose blocks. And for those of you that want clarity about life purpose, I'm going to send you a link at the end of today, but you can write it down now. Just go to tariqbb.com, and we did a free call similar to this. It was on my radio show, the Rise and Shine radio show, and it was specifically for clarity of purpose. Today's not about clarity of purpose. It's about clearing what's stopping us from living our life purpose to the fullest. Okay. So I started working with children. I got fired from all these jobs. I decided I'm going to start working with children. And that was the first step, because I loved working with children. I got great feedback. Then the universe saw, okay, wow, he's actually wanting to do something more in alignment. So then after that, one thing led to another. I was with my ex-wife at the time. We both got fired at the same time working from children, which we loved, but it was getting tiring. It was a year, and I felt I wanted to do more. I felt like, and I was talking to someone today, some people are doing what they love, but they feel like now it's reached the point where it's draining and there's more. There's something more. We want more fulfillment. We want to share more of our gifts, talents, and abilities, because we feel a little restricted. And I felt restricted with the kids. Like, imagine innately knowing I want to heal and help people transform, but number one, feeling like I'm not in my power because I have to do whatever they tell me to do. So, okay, I'm going to have fun. That's great. I realized for the first time in my life I can actually have a job that I love doing. That was a breakthrough, because my mind didn't believe that. And it was a job that I held for 1 year. That was a record for me. 1 year, same job. That's amazing. And then I transitioned to, I don't know what's next, but let's go with the flow. We both got fired at the same time. I was so happy the day I got fired. And I had no backup plan. I still had to pay for rent and all that stuff. But something within me was so sure. Because as soon as I forgave my dad for all the trauma growing up, I started reading a lot of books, and I was so sure that whatever closed the one door for me opened another door for me. My faith was so strong in the unseen, more than ever. I knew that whatever closed that one door for me was opening another door, and I simply had to take inspired action to move through that next door. And it will never come the way you think it's going to come. A lot of us, we leave that one job and we go survival mode. Okay, I have to fill in another job. I have to get in another relationship. We don't take the time to say, okay, what did I like about that? What didn't I like about that? What do I really want? And that's the tricky question. So let's integrate into this call is what do we really want? Let's get infinite clarity about what we really want. If you like that, say yes. Because the equivalent is going to a restaurant, having a menu with everything you can imagine, and just staring at it for hours, days, weeks, months, never telling the waiter, this is what I want. And the waiter, the universe, will patiently wait forever. And what some of us do is we go, I want a vegetarian meal. No, I want seafood. No, I want vegetarian. No, I would like meat. Because where's this battle coming from? It's coming from the mind and the heart. Mind just wants survival. Hey, if you don't get a job, we're going to end up on the streets. We're not going to get any job. The heart is like, hey, there's something bigger and better waiting for you on the other side. Your mind has no idea. My mind had no idea I would be able to start a business. Me? Start a business? Are you kidding me? I could barely keep a dishwashing job. I could barely keep a security job. I'm going to start my own business. What do I have to offer? Yeah, some of the parents told me that the kids love me and they had a great time and feeling inspired and motivated, and I'm listening to them and I really genuinely care about them. That was great to hear. First time in my life I had positive feedback, especially from an adult. That was amazing. So, okay, I got some confidence, but for me to believe that I could start my own business, that was way outside of my mind's comfort zone. But if you simply trust, go with the flow, miracles happen. So let's have a download right now to number 1, trust, and to go with the divine flow. To surrender, trust, go with the divine flow. Would you like that? If you like that, say yes. Trust, our hearts. Surrender, the need to control, not acknowledging the mind, but not feeding the mind. We're not feeding into the mind. Okay? Going with the divine flow. So when I went with that flow, one thing led to another. We got into this program by the government that pays you to start your own business. Talk about not needing to know the details. And that's the magic, is not needing to know how. We don't need to know how. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just going with the flow. And I could have not done it by myself. That's why the universe sent me my ex-wife. And as soon as that fulfillment, that agreement on a soul level was complete, and we stayed together because I was forever grateful for her, but guess what? That just made everything resentful, more resentful, more resentful, because we weren't honoring that it was time for us to move our own way. Both of us, in our hearts, we knew it was time. And I made it more of a personal thing where it's like, no, I'm not going to turn into my dad, and this is not going to end up a failed relationship, and I want to be better than that. But guess what? Everything we've experienced, we've downloaded into our deepest part of our minds, and they activate when we start taking those roles, when we become dad, when we become mom, when we become a parent, or when we become married. All those programs that we saw growing up activate. Just look at your own life. See if there's any similarities between what your parents went through and what you're going through. So, if there's any part of us that is afraid to step into our power, can we clear that? Because part of fulfilling the divine plan is to be in our power. Some of us, we're so loving and we're so caring and we're connected to Source and we're intuitive and we have gifts, talents, and abilities, but we're fully afraid of our power. So this is really important, and this alone is really so valuable. Can we start a process now to get us to feel comfortable stepping into our power? If you like that, say yes. Okay, so power, and then our mind. Our mind keeps distracting us. So can we have a process to show the mind from the highest perspective what's actually going on when we're healing, when we're stepping into our power? Can we show it that it's safe to move forward in a new direction? Can we show it that it's safe to be our authentic selves? Can we show it it's safe to step into our power, use our power, to share our gifts, talents, and abilities, and it's safe to move forward in that direction. Can we show your mind that it's safe to do that? If you like that, say yes. Wonderful. Okay, so that's going to start a process now to shift that. Can we have the majority of our time? Can we have the majority of our actions come from our heart space? If you like that, say yes. And if we ever slip and go back into our head space, can we have our higher self gracefully bring us back into our heart space? Sorry, if we slip and listen to the mind, can we instantly have our higher self gracefully bring us back into our heart space? If you like that, say yes. Okay. So life purpose. So I didn't know what I wanted, but I trusted. I put it out. So let's put it out. We're a group of powerful co-creators here. So universe, loud and clear. You hear us right now. You're with us right now. You've always been there with us. We're clearing what's stopping us from moving forward and fulfilling our life purpose. Can we download into our being exactly what it means to live our purpose? If you like that, say yes. Universe, can you provide us infinite opportunities, synchronicities, coincidences, everything that will lead us to, number one, knowing exactly what our ultimate purpose is? If you like that, say yes. If it comes in the form of a career, because this is not always the case, but if it comes in the form of some career, a new type of career, you starting your own business, you sharing your gifts, talents, and abilities, you becoming aware of your gifts, talents, and abilities, you embracing them, expressing them, sharing them, can we have infinite coincidences, synchronicities, all of that to guide us to manifest that into reality right now? If you like that, say yes. Okay, so we asked for it. That's one part of it. The second part is when it happens, you'll have this inner nudge to do something about it. But some of us, we're so far disconnected from our intuition that we don't listen to it. So if there's anything interfering with you being able to follow through on your intuitive guidance, can we start a process to clear that? Okay. We asked for something, life purpose. We put it out there, and now we're clearing what's interfering with our intuitive guidance. So now we're going to hear our guidance loud and clear. Can we have our guidance be so exaggerated, so obvious that we laugh? It's just so obvious that that's our guidance telling us something. It's just the way it happened was so miraculous. What are the odds? So can we have the guidance happen so miraculously that it will force us to pay attention and force us to acknowledge that this is coming from our intuition? If you like that, say yes. Okay, we asked for it. We heard our guidance in the future moments that it's saying do something about this. Go talk to this person, go apply for this job, go to this company, go to this organization. Okay, and then 3, so we hear our guidance, but guess what? A lot of us hear the guidance. How many of us actually follow through on the guidance? Not many. And the ones that do, they live a miraculous life. So if there's anything interfering with us being able to follow through on our guidance, can we clear that? If you like that, say yes. Okay. So we ask for it. It comes our way. When it comes our way, our guidance will say, hey, go do this. Yes, go for it. We hear it. We follow through on it. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm a little afraid. I don't know what to do, but I'm doing it. That was me. I was like, okay, I'm joining this business program. Okay, apparently I'm starting a business. I have no idea what I'm going to start. I literally have no idea. But guess what? Every step you take forward, you continue. You check in with the universe. Universe, I've taken a step, but now I have no idea what to do next. Can you give me more clarity? Boom. So what happened with me? I did my interview. You have to go show them that, you get into the program. You have to show them that you have some idea. So I was like, I love helping people. They're like, not clear enough. I'm like, I read a lot of self-help books, and I felt that changed my life. So I'd like to open a book that has self-help stuff. They're like, yeah, that's going to cost you a lot of money. You don't have that money for rent and to buy the books and all of that. I was like, yeah, they're right. They're like, why don't you just go get some kind of like life coach certification? So I went back home feeling like a failure, feeling like they put down my idea, feeling really like sad and depressed and low. I go home, I was subscribed to this newsletter, and at the very bottom there was an advertisement, and it was an online ad, and it said, you can become a certified hypnotherapist today. And when I saw that, it was as if God was talking to me. So that was the response I needed. So we don't have to have all the details happen beforehand. We kind of, okay, what's the next step? Next step, it's getting clearer. We just need to know what the next step is. So can we have our mind and all parts of our being just focus on what the next step is? If you like that, say yes. That's it. Just if you want to go from start to finish, if you start thinking all the steps, first of all, you don't even know what the steps are. The universe is so much more intelligent than we are. It's going to figure out the shortcuts and the detours and all of that. There's a reason for all of that. We don't need to know the how. We just need to know we want to get there. And we also want to enjoy the process. So can we have a download now to enjoy the process from getting from where we are now to where we would like to be? Because guess what? There is no finish. Like we said earlier, we keep evolving. We keep changing. There's always a next level, new way of doing things. Okay. Can we, because here's the thing, life purpose, some of us feel that it has to be work, it has to be hard, it has to be career. Can we literally have a download from source energy into our being for us to have so much clarity about what our true purpose is? If you like that, say yes. Okay. Okay, so purpose. How do you know you're living your purpose? You're having fun. Your main purpose, a lot of us talk about wanting to change the world. How do we change the world? If you keep your vibration high by doing what you love, you're affecting your vibration, and you affect the vibration of everything else around you. You raise the vibration of the whole collective. You raise the vibration of the universe. The universe wants you to have your vibration high, because when your vibration is high, you're raising its vibration. You and the universe, same. So it's making sure it's bending over backwards, it's doing all these miraculous things for you, because it knows if you're happy, it's happy. It's like a relationship. Imagine, sometimes you're stuck with someone and you're like, I have to make sure this person's happy, because if they're miserable, I'm going to be miserable. And I want to be happy, so I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that person's happy. Same thing with the universe. The universe wants you to be happy. And that's all. If we simply focus on, I'm simply going to keep doing the things that I love doing. Remember how it started with me? I loved children. I went and volunteered, and that volunteer led to a part-time job with the YMCA. That part-time job led to a full-time job. Full-time job led to meeting my ex-wife. Led me to starting a business, not knowing what the business was, getting rejected, shut down, getting the synchronicity to be a hypnotherapist, took a course, became certified, started the business, started helping clients, and then 6 years later, wow, I would have never known. And I'm just getting started. I'm realizing there's so much that I did the hard way, and I'm literally figuring out the system of how to get us the fastest way from where we are to where we want to be. And being on these calls is one of those ways. So can we please have the universe manifest into our reality infinite synchronicities, coincidences, things that are just going to make us stop on our tracks and just be in the present moment and be in that, wow, I can't believe this just happened. Just to remind us that the universe has our back and is right there with us. Would you like that? Okay. Anywhere where you're being stubborn and you're interfering, you're getting in the own way, you're definitely afraid of that. Can we shift that right now? If you like that, say yes. Can we show your mind it's safe to step into your power, it's safe to live your purpose, it's safe to move forward, it's safe to transition. We're all transitioning. We feel it. We're transitioning into bigger and better things. Can we show it that it's safe to do that? Can we let go of all the need to know all the details and just know all we need to focus on is our next step? Can we have that as a download? Wonderful. So take a deep belly breath and release. Okay, so here we go. So you're going to notice in the next few days, next few weeks, next few months that things are going to happen, things are going to shift, things are changing. And just keep taking inspired action. Send me a message when if you feel you want to share what's going on. We're going to create a Facebook group. We're going to have this vortex just get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be amazing. We're going to co-create so many wonderful miracles. And literally, if I can do it, you can do it. And if I'm able to thrive on all levels, especially financially, doing what I love with the circumstances I have, then you definitely can do that too. So that's the big vision of what we're doing on these calls. But when we break it down, there's so many things. Like, I know I've been called to do a past life clearing because a lot of us in past lives have had some traumatic experiences. So one part of us wants to step into our power. Another part of us is definitely afraid because the last time we were our authentic selves, being, doing weird things and doing those kind of stuff, we were killed for it. And if you believe in past lives, if you don't, that's fine. But the majority of us, we have that as a memory. It's right below the surface. And it's so traumatic that it scares the crap out of us. We don't want to do anything to do with our purpose anymore. We just want to play it small and fit in. We don't want to get hurt again. So that's something that's going to be addressed in future calls. And while I said that, I felt the heart space getting heavier. So someone on the call, at least one person, it's bringing up stuff. So just let's show the mind that it's okay, it's safe. Let's fill our body with love and light. Take deep belly breaths. Wonderful. Okay. So guys, that was today's call. This is my gift to you. And I have another gift that I'd like to share with you. So on the webcast, if you're on the webcast, on the left-hand side, you're going to notice there's a button. The button says, Thrive Doing What You Love Now. So I invite you to click on that button. Check out the details on the website and please take inspired action. Please take inspired action. This is something that's going to do wonders for you. And everything you need, you will receive in the calls. And because we're doing it in a group, it's going to intensify the manifestations. Read about the testimonials if this is the first time you're working with me. I had a client told me I'd like to manifest a job. Next day, she manifested her dream job. Clients not getting clarity about their purpose, procrastination, money blocks. It's happening very fast. We're manifesting and transforming very, very, very fast. So if you're not on the webcast, just go to TarekBeebe.com, TarekBeebe.com, and on TarekBeebe.com there's a button that says Thrive Doing What You Love. Just click on it, and you're going to see all the details. So what I've decided to do is anyone who decides to join, if they do it now, you're only going to be paying $1. You're going to get to experience. Today it was really a sample, but for starting the next month, we're going to go into deeper things and really get involved, get deeper. And we're going to keep building on that. It's just going to keep getting better and better and better. So for today, if you sign up, it's literally $1. You're going to have the whole month. Next month, you're going to experience one distance healing, me tuning into the group, seeing what they need, sending it through distance. The second call will be like this. It'll be a live call. I'm going to open it up at the end of the call. We can do some one-on-ones. Unfortunately, today we don't have time. We're already past the hour. And we're just going to keep working and shifting and fixing the things that need to, not fixing, we're going to keep shifting and growing and expanding and remembering who we are and manifesting miracles. And for $1, just for the first month. And it's supposed to be a value of $150, but I'm keeping it at $50 for now. For now, I'm keeping it at $50. So imagine getting 2 infinity healing sessions. That's a value of close to $600. You're getting it for $50. But you're still not sure, you're still hesitant, sign up, you're just going to pay $1. If you decide to opt out after the 30 days and you're like, I'm not getting the results I want, that's great. Just send me an email. I'll take you off the list. If you feel like, wow, I have people who have miraculous manifestations after a scan. Just like, hey, how's it going? I'm feeling some stuff here. Okay, you want to work with me? And boom, they manifest $2,000. Boom, they were unemployed and now they're doing the hiring for a big company. Just miraculous things are happening all the time, and I think this will only magnify them because we're all coming in with that open, excited, what can we do as a group? We're going to have a Facebook group so you guys can share all the miracles and support each other, and, oh, I'm going through this. Really, I'm going through that too. Well, this is what I did, and we're just going to keep growing. It's going to be a wonderful community. I call it the yes community because we're the ones that say yes, right? We're the ones that when we want something, we're going to honor our heart and say yes to it. So can we get, the universe hears us loud and clear. It wants to do so many things for us. So can we give it full permission to do everything it knows to do, to help us, to support us, to align us, to get us back into our purpose, our power, to know what our passions are, to enjoy life more, and all of that. If you like that, declare out loud by saying yes. Okay, so thank you so much. Again, Thrive, doing what you love now. You click that button, take your time, go over all the information, see what you're getting, check in with your heart space, see if it resonates with you. This is not for everyone. This is for people who are serious about transformation. We don't want to just 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We're not playing around. We're not testing things. We know in our hearts this is something we had to ask for on some level, and we're going to honor. Yeah, we'll feel stuff come up, but we take the action. We keep growing. We keep building. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much for being on this call. If you need to go, that's fine. If you're still on the call, I'm going to do 2 things. 1, I'm going to answer the questions you had sent. 2, I'm going to see if I could take 1 quick call. Okay? First of all, I'm so excited. So much love for you. I'm so proud of this call. I've been hesitating. I have fears too, and I've been saying no to myself for maybe 2 years now to do something like this. So I'm really proud that I overcame my fears and got to do this and connect with all of you. So yay. And I'm celebrating that right now. Okay, so questions. Marie, how can one know blocks are cleared? So the way I look at blocks are like an onion. And what I noticed with Infinity Healing is once we get source energy to connect to that onion, let's say you come for a money block. You want to clear your money blocks. Well, that has a whole bunch of onions. It's got self-worth, self-love, receptivity, not good enough, not worthy. So each one of those is an onion, and your higher self will decide one of them is what you're ready to work on right now. So Source connects to that onion and peels it layer upon layer upon layer upon layer till it gets to the core and transmutes the whole thing. I don't decide I have no idea how many layers a person has. That's why someone could do a session and manifest 5,000 in a few days. Someone could do, 6 sessions and, they feel more joy, they feel more happiness, but they haven't gotten what they want. I have no idea what's going on underneath. How do you know it's going to happen? Well, through Infinity Healing, we set the intentions that we manifest things that are going to be so obvious that we're going to catch them and say, oh my God, something just shifted. Otherwise, this would have never happened. Because it's so easy for us to take for granted the good things, and because we're just so used to focusing on only what's falling apart. But what about celebrating, wow, I just did this, wow, this happened. And I had one client told me, Tariq, I listened to your Money Magnet audio program, and I read all those testimonials, everyone having great stuff, but I didn't experience anything. And I was like, listen, it's not going to happen the way your mind thinks it's going to happen. It's going to happen in a million different other ways. So did you, find money? Did someone invite you? Did someone treat you somewhere? And she's like, oh my God, this whole month, people paid for my movie tickets. They paid for my cab ride. Someone bought me dinner. I found $10 on the floor. I got this thing in the mail that gave me a discount for something. So that's when we have like a blind spot. We don't see the miracles around us. So if you'd like a clear download now to be able to see all the miracles around you, just say yes. Wonderful. So that's how you can know if the blocks are cleared. Also, if it's a button, if the button is pushed, if you're reacting a lot less than you used to, the onion's getting cleared. That's another way of gauging it. Okay. Jackie, keep promises to myself. How do I become more consistent with my purpose? I know one of the biggest things is we are afraid of moving forward. So for me, the greatest thing I found was finding an accountability buddy, someone that checks in with me every day, and I send her an email, she sends me an email, I say, this is what I'm committing to do today, and the next day we go, okay, yeah, I did 2 of them, or I did 3 of them, or whatever. I recommend you find someone on your path, and that's why I want to create the Facebook group, because then we can all kind of support each other like that. but that's how we can stay committed, because it's so easy for us to slip. And literally one of my biggest obstacles in moving forward is not having someone who's holding me accountable. So that's something I can recommend. But know that without a clear plan, we're going to go nowhere fast. We're running on a treadmill. We're not going anywhere. We're in a car going in circles. We need to get clear about what our destination is. And what I do is I stick a paper in front of me in the office, and I go very clearly, 1, 2, 3. This is what I need to do before the end of the day. Without that, I'm lost. Okay. I had another question here. Stability, money blocks, no inflow. So giving, but not receiving. And this is one of the biggest blocks. We're going to address it in future calls. We're great givers. We're great at giving. We give till we're depleted. And that's a very old school way of doing things. That's we sacrifice ourselves. We learned it from mom, dad, from our grandparents, ancestors. What we need to do is we need to balance our giving with our receiving. We give from the heart, we receive. We help someone else helps us. We give to someone else gives to us. It just keeps flowing. And a lot of us, when I do the intuitive scans, readings, we have a receptivity block, something we're definitely going to address in the future calls. Wendy, do I belong? Wendy, I'm not sure about your question about Dan and what do I do, so please just send me an email explaining that. Okay. There's one person with their hand up. I'm going to see if I haven't done this before, so let's see if this works. Yeah. Go ahead. Where'd you go? Did he just disappear? Yeah. Someone from... No. I'm sorry, I don't know what I just did. Okay. So thank you all for being on the call. Again, some of you are on the webcast. Click on Thrive Doing What You Love Now. For you on the Skype calls, TariqBB.com. Go to Thrive Doing What You Love Now. Read the information there. Get inspired. Tune into your heart. See what you liked about it. What I would like to recommend is get a journal. On that journal, just write out like miracle journal. Just have a miracle journal. And anytime something miraculous happens in the next few days, weeks ahead, jot it down, because that way you're going to be able to track all the good things that are happening to you. Otherwise, we'll take them for granted. So, lots of love to you. Thank you for being on this call. Thank you for allowing me to share. Thank you, Universe, for all that you have done for us and Source and our guides and angels, and for all our intentions that we have pooled into this circle, of this vortex of miracles, of blessings. And let's just fill our being with pure love from head to toe. Deep belly breath. Let that love pour out, fill our whole auric field. Let it fill our whole energy field, the whole room we're in, the whole city we're in, the whole country we're in, the whole planet we're in, and go past the planet and to the universe. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on our next call. So if you subscribe, I'll have your email, and then what I'm going to do is you're going to be in a smaller group, and it's going to be the group that's going to be doing this ongoing. And you're going to get an email from me with the dates and the times. If you miss the live call, you're going to get an MP3. If you're on the live call, it would be like today, but much more in depth. We're going to address those past life issues that keep coming up and blocking us and stopping us. And we're going to open it up if someone wants, something one-on-one. We can do it live on the call. So we're going to keep it small so I can tune into the group and see what there's going to be a general theme each call. So take advantage of this now, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Okay? Lots of love. Thanks for being on this call. Bye for now.